described. President Trump, of course, ran one of the key policy items was that he was going to lower prices, lower the cost of everything from groceries, as he often said. But in many of the cases, it would seem that some of these moves could raise prices for real Americans on everything from low-income heating, that program, child care programs. Will nothing that the president's doing here in terms of the freeze in these programs raise prices on ordinary Americans?
What particular actions are you referring to that
I'm
would...
referring to LHEAP right now. That's the low-income heating program, for example. We can talk about... There's no clarity, so I could refer to a lot of them.
We don't know what he's talking about.
Can you tell us that LHEAP, the LIHEAP, is not one of those affected?
So you're asking a hypothetical based on programs that you can't even identify.
Right.
What I can tell you...
Just to be clear, since you guys haven't identified, let's do it together, just for Americans at home.
One more time.
Is that affected?
I gave you a list of examples: Social Security, Medicare, welfare benefits, food stamps that will not be impacted by the
will not.
I can get you the full list after this briefing from the Office of Management and Budget. But I do want to address the cost cutting because that's certainly very important. And
especially those who are depending on the government for those funds. They mentioned that all funds are not on pause right now. So
yes, do just that. Please address it after you either go read the bill or it comes to pass on the 1st or whenever people get their benefits, the 3rd, the 1st, or whatever. But like I just said, you came all the way to my page to ask me what I'm going to do if what I'm saying doesn't happen and he does affect the benefits. You can't deny what he wrote in the bill, what Congress wrote in the bill, and what he agreed to and signed. You can't deny the executive orders and what they actually say in the executive orders versus what people are just making up off of titles of the executive order. You came over here, so you don't have to check back. I'm not going to have to rescind anything. I'm speaking based off of facts, of reading, not just assumption based off of people that don't like Trump.
From the Office of Management and Budget. But I do want to address the cost cutting because that's certainly very important and cutting the cost of living in this country. President Trump has taken historic action over the past week to do that. He actually signed a memorandum to deliver emergency price relief for American families, which took a number of actions. I can walk you through those. He also repealed many onerous Biden administration regulations. We know over the past 4 years, American households has been essentially taxed $55,000 in regulations from the previous administration. President Trump, with the swipe of his pen, rescinded those, which will ultimately put more money back in the pockets of the American people.
Straight like that. I hope that answers your question. Again,
and then when it comes to
everything
energy,
she's
the
saying
president signed an executive
is public
order
knowledge.
to declare a national
Look
energy
it up and
emergency
read
here
it.
at home, which is going to make America